Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
You got a clip for him? Okay.
All right.
I've never watched these. They're too painful.
Intro.
I hate it. Oh, yeah, we're doing... Chuck came up with another fucking horseshit idea where we watch stuff that's old.
It's not. It's also that, but it's also just how bad I am and how cheesy I am, and I see every flaw and I know every trick and secret. It's tough to watch. It's like seeing you watch you fuck in the '80s. You know, you don't know what you're doing yet.
I'd love to watch myself fuck in the 80s.
All right, so
I was a
first clip.
child.
First clip is this is from 2009. It says.
Wow.
2009. All right.
This is Mark at Comix.
Now, can I paint a picture here for this?
That's the whole point.
All right. I was a temp at this time. I was broke. I was working at a temp at New York Food Bank. I would answer phones and do emails and stuff. But the people there were so nice. They were like sweet, lovely people at this office. And they always said, hey, you're a comic. How cool is that? If you ever have a gig. So I had this gig. This was a big showcase at Comix, which is no longer there. And they picked 4 or 5 people to do 5 minutes, and I was one. I was extremely lucky to do it. I was so excited. So I invited the whole work team. So they all came out, and I think it went well because they, gave me a little love. Because this was a pretty good set for me, which is why I put it on YouTube. But back then, I was bombing all day long.
So this Comix, is it related to the comics in Mohegan Sun?
I don't think it is.
It is for a while. There was the one business partner, Mark, I think, had a piece of that and then bought out the name from his partners. So
see.
it is. It's still the same logo. And everything.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to
same
say
font.
the logo is
They
the
bought
same,
it
yeah.
out and moved up there. But yeah, it was an awesome club. They overpaid everybody. We knew it wasn't going to last long. I got banned from that club. It's a whole other story.
Really?
Yeah, briefly. I had a snap set. It went crazy.
What?
Molly Mandel booked it.
That's right.
She was awesome. Yeah, I love
she was
Molly.
hot, huh?
What was the
Very.
Snapchat? What was it about?
I went and Geraldo went after me. Some lady was booing because I said I was from Boston. She was like, boo, boo. And at the time, I was a drunk fucking idiot asshole. And I was like, fuck you, you cunt, you idiot. I was just trying to be like these other people. And it wasn't me. And it was horrible. And I got banned. And then Geraldo, I came off and Geraldo went, well, you got to try the new stuff sometime. Which was a great line.
That's great.
That was pretty great.
I saw him do an hour there. I saw Patrice do an hour there. I saw one of the original What the Fuck Lives.
Oh, wow.
He did. It was Attell and Geraldo and Morgan Murphy. And she was like, I fucked everybody on this day. It was awesome.
Wow.
That's fun.
It was great.
All right, let's
Comedy was fun at
All
one
right.
point.
get it started.
13 years ago, Mark Norman at Comix.
Mark Norman.
Jay
Oh,
Larson.
that's Jay Larson.
He was
Did
hosting.
he live here?
He did.
I don't even remember that.
See, when I walk out, I got to laugh. That's for the work
I
team.
did.
See?
That's
I just
a
go.
lot of
I'm talking all over.
Oh, boy. I'm seeing a lady now. It's not going well.
Turn it up. Killing already.
Not
That's the work
been good
team.
with the lady. I was a dumb kid. Was anybody else a little disappointed when they found out?
You can hear the Seinfeld. I had to have a
I remember being
cadence.
kid, singing sex ed class. Teacher was like, you can't have sex, you'll get disease. You'll get a
I can't watch.
But there is an alternative. And I was like,
This is
Jesus,
brutal.
there's gotta be an alternative. We have something.
Look at the
There is
act
an alternative.
outs. It was all scripted. I was doing that in my room an hour before.
It's not bad.
Don't worry.
It's a decent bit.
And she's like, abstinence. And I'm like, what is that? What's abstinence? What is that? What is that?
Clean, by the way, back
Be.
then.
Sounds kind of hot. What do you think that is? What? Not doing it at all?
The voice.
How's it? This decaf is an alternative. Margarine is an alternative. I've never been to a diner and been like, on this toast, I don't really want any butter. Do you have a butter alternative? They never say yes. Nothing.
Look at the lean in. Oh, so many shit moves.
It's not an
So
alternative.
stiff.
When I listen to alternative rock station, it's not silence.
That's not bad.
I had a couple lines, but it's just the delivery is such horseshit.
Ah, boy.
Got that shirt at the thrift store.
So yeah, the relationship's not going well. But one thing I never got about relationships.
Sound like a boy.
These these
I
guys
was.
complain about their girlfriend.
I must have been
when it's that time of the month.
26.
You're like, oh, what, did she get a little cranky for a week? Did she get a little moody? You do realize that means you're not a father, right?
Killing.
It's the work group.
Seems like a pretty good trade to me.
A lot of head nodding, a lot of this.
Period. Bring on the menstruation.
That was a
I
nervous
say.
tick. I was freaking out.
When my girlfriend gets her period, it's that same feeling like right after you pay the rent.
There's a hot crowd.
You know, you're like, this month is gonna be fine.
Can you pause it?
Murder. I mean, you're murdering here.
Can you pause it? Let me just say this, too. I was an alt comic. You know, I was like a Creek guy, a bar comic guy, Brooklyn guy. So when you got into a club, it was so easy. Because it was like, they're here to laugh. You know,
There's a
these
real
bar
crowd.
shows. Yeah, these bar shows. You turn a TV off barely, you know, nobody cares. It's an ambush set. So this was kind of nice to, you get to take the weights off.
That period. Love that period. Guys, I got a weird pet peeve. I think people use the phrase, I don't fuck around, a little too loosely. A friend of mine went down to the
setup.
corner store. He came back up, he was unloading the bags, and I was like, wheat thins. And he goes, yeah, I don't fuck around.
It feels very Todd Barry influenced to me.
Yeah, he was a big influence.
You bought wheat thins. I don't fuck around is a line for a guy who brings a gun to a knife fight.
You okay, babe?
Fancy crackers.
This is the fun fact, is the joke Schumer saw and was like, I'm going to take this guy on the road.
Oh, wow.
Of all the jokes.
I think you're fucking around. What is that phrase, too? It's like a tough guy thing. People are so quick to say that. I don't fuck around. I don't fuck
This is very Larry
around. I say,
David.
Let's fuck around. We should be fucking around more. We're fucking around right now. We're having a great time.
Sounds like Carlin a little bit.
Next time somebody says, I don't fuck around, say, well, you should. Come on. Loosen up.
That's Rebecca.
Take the load off. This is why you're getting into knife fights.
She came out to this. This is what a big deal this was. She's like, what? You're doing comics? I'll go to that.
Wow.
Speaking of fucking around, I live in a Jewish neighborhood.
Crown Heights.
Why'd that get a laugh?
I don't know.
A lot
Boy.
of Nazis here.
Such a horrible
apparently.
crowd.
Yeah, they laughed at the weird spot. That is weird.
Live in a Jewish neighborhood.
20
I'm not
people
Jewish.
from work.
People think I am all the time. I'm not. I'm not really religious at all. Although I do find religion fascinating. It's amazing to me how it changes over the years.
Boy, I'm
Like
really
in the
padding
50s,
this. This
rock
could all
and
be
roll was considered the devil's music.
cut in half.
Now there's Christian rock. Well, what the hell happened there? I guess Christians go by that old motto: if you can't beat them, ruin it.
Oh, great joke. Great joke.
Real misdirect.
I'll end on this. I got in
thank
trouble
God.
recently for using a racial slur.
Oh, this is my big closer, baby.
You know, but in my defense, can we all agree that the gentlest of the racial slurs has got to be Chinaman?
Just reposted this.
I know it has negative connotation. I
cut
know.
the
but
shirt.
he's
Your
from
torso
China,
looks so
he's a
long
man,
right here.
Not so bad. You
It's
know?
like you're 7 feet tall.
It's a long
To
shirt.
me, I think the names of Chinese restaurants
Is that
sound a
weird?
lot
9
more
feet
like
tall?
racial slurs.
It's hilarious.
Let's try some.
I was rail thin, too.
You know who can't drive? Those fucking Panda Kings. I'll tell you that right now. They cannot drive at all. And listen to this. One of those golden noodles just moved to my apartment building. Oh, yeah. Moved in right next door to me. They're one big happy family. It's a fun joke. I did
Oh,
that
here we
joke
go.
in DC.
Callback.
This Asian guy came up to me and said, hey, I'd take it easy with that joke. You know, Chinese people, they don't fuck around.
Oh, there it is.
I thought you had to have a callback.
Right.
That's how green I was.
That was great.
Oh,
Great
thanks.
set. That's better than anything you got. That's killer stuff.
Well, that was
Those are good jokes.
That was 5 minutes of material. That's 3 years of living in New York. And that's all I had to show for it.
That's pretty good stuff. And those are good jokes. Quality.
Hey, thanks.
The shirt was too long, but
I think the picture was
the shirt and the setups were too long. But
Yes.
well, it
yes.
felt like you had to fill the time. Like you're
Uh-huh.
nervous about not having the time, so you're like, I'll just linger here for a while. It feels very Todd Barry to me.
Interesting. Well, that Medium Energy album was huge for me.
All right, so the next clip is
This is where I'm gonna really kill myself.
this is called Joe List and Nate Bargatze are in the tank with John Fisch.
Oh, it's like a full hour podcast.
No, it's not. It's just like a promo for it.
Oh, okay.
It's from 2009, May 17th. It says.
Oh, I think I remember this. This is like 30 seconds long or something.
It's pretty short.
Sweet. I'm getting off easy.
I know. Could you set this up before
Well, this
we
is
show?
this was like
Yeah.
the first big comics podcast in the tank.
Huge.
John
I listened.
Fisch and Dan Shackey had a podcast early, and we were all into it. It was like a thing you wanted to get.
Yes.
It was weird, and I remember being annoyed because my episode was just telling this one story about Nate. We played basketball, the Astoria basketball, which is how I met everybody. We'd play basketball every Wednesday right down the street from my house, and it was like Metzger, Soder, Bargatze, Giannis, Keith Alberstadt, a bunch of people.
Ted.
Ted would always be there, Fisch, Moody McCarthy, and it was such a blessing. That's how I met it. Dan Hershon used to play.
Oh, wow.
That was how I met everybody. And then one time we were playing, it was in the projects, and we would play like 4-on-4, 5-on-5, would rotate everybody. And then these neighborhood kids would come out after school. And this young black guy came up and was like, yo, man, I want to play. I got next. And then Nate Bargatze said, and I quote, we only play with our own people.
Oh.
But he meant comedian. He meant
Yes.
like we play within our group.
Yes.
But it just happened to have, we had multiple black people. Rondell Hartley would always be there, but we just happened to be no black people there that day.
Right.
And a white Southern man said to a black guy, we play with our own people.
That's fucking
And then we got in an
hilarious.
argument because Nate was like, I meant our fucking friend. I was like, I know what you meant, but I was like, it was bad. And then we got in like a big fight and we ended up telling the whole story.
That's
Which hopefully it's
funny.
off the internet now because he's famous.
Sure.
It was a honest mistake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
But anyway, so I think this is us promoting it. I
Yes.
believe.
But getting on to, I mean, I listened to this and loved every minute of it. And can I just say, Shackey was so funny on this thing. He was
Oh, yeah.
like the zing guy on this.
Yes.
Fish was the comedy knowledge. He knew everything.
Very funny guy.
And Shackey was just like the quick sidekick and so funny.
Nice. All right, here we go.
Now he's married to
I was
Ariel
in the
Ice.
tank with
Whoa,
John Fisch.
look at
My name is
this.
Joe
Oh, I know what that is. Astoria.
Nate Bargatze, which is an embarrassment.
Oh, I got an accent.
Nate Overrated Bargatze, I call him. He has more TV credits than he has punchlines. He's the worst comedian. He's a little thick in the waist. He's an idiot. I don't even think he likes his wife, to be perfectly honest. He's never said that, but that's the way I feel. He's a Republican. He's an idiot. He thinks he's smart, but is not. And he's a horrible, horrible human being. So I'm a little upset about that. I like John and Dan.
Wow, he sounds totally different.
Joe List and Nate.
That's a good reveal.
I mean, I have like full Boston accent there.
Full
which is funny
accent.
because I never think of myself as a guy with an accent.
Oh, yeah. And
That
you
is
get
so weird.
the spiky hair and the Nate has no neck, or he's all
Wow.
neck, no chin.
It's
Yeah.
weird. I kind of went in on him there.
Yeah, you did a little.
Jeez.
He's a Republican.
Whiz.
He sounded like Kennedy.
Oh my God, that was insane. I don't remember ever sounding like that. Where'd you find that?
I don't know. I looked on YouTube.
That was wild.
Yeah.
You guys look totally like different people.
Yeah, especially Nate. I think Nate looks different, more different than he does.
Hold on,
Look
hold
at
on. Let me
this
hear my
guy.
first line again for a second, because that it sounded like jarring to me.
And him saying nothing is great.
With John Fisch. My name is Joe List. They stuck me with Nate Bargatze, which
Stuck
is an
me.
embarrassment.
Bargatze.
Nate Overrated Bargatze, I call him.
Overrated.
He has more TV credits.
More.
than
More.
He has punchlines.
so
He's the
fucking
worst comedian.
weird.
He's a little thick in the waist. He's an idiot. I don't even think he likes his wife, to be perfectly honest.
hair
I never
is
said
just
that, but
puffy.
that's the way I feel. He's a
glasses,
Republican.
too.
He's an idiot. He thinks he's smart, but is not. And he's a horrible, horrible human being. So I'm a little upset about that. I like John and Dan.
You sound deeper. Your voice is
Yeah.
deeper, too. A little upset about
Joe
that.
List and Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, Nate looks so different.
Yeah,
But
he
he's
looks
changed the most. I mean, even his
great
outfit.
now.
Well, now he has like a guy that travels. with him.
stylist.
Wow. I think we should do another Joe because that one's short.
That was wild. What a blast. I mean, it shows what people can, how people can change. Your
All right,
hair's
so-
different. Your accent's different.
This one is from December 2009. and it's called Awesome Database Security Contest Submission.
Oh, I remember
Video.
this. We won. We won money. Jason Canner has one of the worst line deliveries in the history of film.
So what is this? What is
Seems
this
to be a
from?
pattern
This
with
was
him.
like some company had a contest to do a advertisement for their company, and we were like, "Oh, we'll submit something," and we won. We won like $100 or $500 or something like
Hey,
that. So it's a
all right.
commercial for database breach security or something like that.
It's a television commercial.
It's a television commercial.
Who was kind of in charge of this? Who put this on? Like who directed it? or
I
wrote it?
came up with the idea. I think it was me and Paul Odo and his girlfriend Emily Tarver, and I think Sarah might be involved too. Maybe not. I think we came up with it though.
All right, let's check it out.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I haven't watched this in a long time. Oh, Dan Hershon was.
We're totally gonna walk home with first prize.
Oh, maybe it was me, Dan, and Micah.
Wow, look at you. Look at your
My hair's long. That's when I
You
was.
look hungover.
That's when I was dating. Oh God, I look awful. That's when I was dating Becca, and she liked guys with long hair. So I was like, I'll grow my hair out.
Oh,
Hershon
wow.
and Micah.
wow.
So I guess we did it together.
Explain to me what this is again. Sorry.
It's for a database commercial. They had a contest, make a commercial for our company.
Got it.
And we literally won.
All right.
Yes, we came up with this. I'm sorry. Those guys are in it, but me and Micah and Hershon made these sketches together.
Okay.
Prize.
Hershon was good editing back
Good
then.
editing.
Well, good night.
Here comes Emily Tarver, who went on to become quite successful.
Oh yeah.
So we're just here to steal their video.
But the contest judge is gonna know it's not us. What are we supposed to do? Steal their identities?
Oh wow, that was good.
To the contest!
Wow, that was great.
Where's the video?
No. I'm sorry, contest judge. We had a great idea.
Oh, I used to have a huge crush on her.
That was Micah's girlfriend.
Well, don't worry about it. The prize is only a lot of money and a stunning trophy. I farted.
Anyway.
Oh, this is brilliant.
I should repost this. It's pretty good.
This is great. Ah, this is classic comedy.
We would have gotten away with it too. If it weren't for you meddling kids.
But seriously, just so you know, database security is important. That's actually a really good point.
Yeah. Let him go.
Can't answer that kid.
Ah, you guys are terrific.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
And we won.
A lot of jokes, really clever. The editing's great.
And we won some cash. So.
Great concept.
No, that was great.
All right.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
What was that girl's name?
Emily Tarver.
No, the brunette.
Oh.
Lindsay?
Yes, Lindsay Graham. No, Lindsay something. And she hung out with another girl named Kelly, who
Yes.
was super hot.
I banged her.
Oh, wow. Lindsay and Micah were dating at the time. I forget her name.
I did a sketch with her, I don't know, a year after this, and we had to kiss, and I got a rock hard boner. And
Whoa.
I had to stop the sketch. It was fun fact.
Wow.
All right. Ready for another Norman set from 2009?
It's time for another cartoon.
We haven't killed a half hour yet?
Not yet.
Jesus H.
So I think you're familiar with this one. This was you at the National Arts Center.
Oh, yeah. There might be some joke overlap here.
I know. I'll cut it off if I'll cut it if it is.
Okay.
There's some of the same jokes.
What the hell's the National Joke Center?
So this
National
guy,
Arts
Ricky,
Oh, we've seen this. Didn't we watch
Did
this?
we watch this
I
already?
feel like we watched this with Shelby at one point.
You watched a
okay.
different one. I looked up which two those were.
All right. Don't,
This guy,
don't-
Ricky,
Don't throw shade Shelby's way.
he was a member at this arts center, which is like a kind of a gentleman's club or a high-end club in the city, and they would have comedy shows, and it would be Vecchione and all these killers, and he was nice enough to let me do 5 on it. And again, big deal, because a lot of bar shows, a lot of Brooklyn, a lot of whatever. And so this was a hot show. There's probably 200 people here, packed out in a ballroom.
All right, here we go.
First comic coming to the stage, one of the hardest working comics in New York City, young guy, and I think you're gonna like him. Please welcome Mark Norman, everybody. Mark!
Young guy. This was me dressing up.
Thank you, Ricky. Good old Ricky.
Ah, jeez, the voice.
For a long time. He's really grown into quite a man there.
Ouch.
That sounded a little gay, didn't it?
Bomberoo.
Pointless riff. Got nothing.
All that stuff. In trouble in that department. Never really been good with the whole sexual thing. I was pretty much a dumb kid. Was anyone else disappointed when they found out what happened?
Same bit. You got your opener. You do your opener.
Class. Teacher was like, you can't.
We can fast forward through the abstinence.
We got the bit.
A few years later, I discovered masturbation.
Hey, we didn't hear this one.
New tag.
I was like, okay, this is an alternative.
Hey, you made it much better.
Made a tag on it. I don't know how I got an ending.
Friends, real girls, fulfilling goals. Now you know. That's how they get you.
The pants are pretty baggy. Skateboard shoes.
What are we doing? Oh boy, guys, I got the old day job. Got the day job. The recession hasn't gotten me yet.
Recession. 2008.
To me, the worst part is getting up at the crack of dawn. I hate waking up early. I hit that snooze button like 8 times. I love the snooze button. I think about the snooze button. Do you think the guy who pitched the idea of the snooze button was late to the meeting? Jesus, Johnson, you're 20 minutes late. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
It's funny, Nardizzi and Gulman both have very similar jokes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Paul Nardizzi's joke was, I'm going to be 9, 18, or 27 minutes late.
Oh, that's much better.
I got a weird pet peeve. I think people use the...
There's another repeat.
Guys, I love doing comedy. I get you into some weird situations, though.
This is
I
where
did a show out in Philly not too long ago. Show was
really
great.
starting to struggle
It
here.
ran late, and I missed the last train back to New York. So
Nothing's
I had to
changed.
sleep at the station, which was really scary. And I'm laying on a bench, and a cop walks by me, and I swear to God, he says this: "Keep your guard up."
Keep your what covered up?
Keep your guard up. True story.
What the? Keep your guard up. You're guarding this place. You're the guard.
Philadelphia train
I should
station.
be telling you that. Keep your guard up, officer. Will do. That's how that should go down. Keep my guard up. You know, it's a cop's job to prevent crime, not warn us of it. You know, we can't have cops walking around like, watch out, he's got a gun. I'll be in my car.
That's not bad.
Nah.
I like you're the guard.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's something.
Just be like, what did I tell you? Come on.
God, I stunk.
Civilians, huh?
It's hard to watch.
Oh boy,
Wasting time.
So this wasn't a far trek for me. Love East Village, great place to live. Gets a little saucy at night though. I was walking down with my roommate, and
How long is the set?
approached me and my roommate. She was very trashy, very sleazy, smoking a cigarette, blowing the smoke in our face, and she goes, "Hey, you boys want to have some fun with me for cheap?" And I was like, "No, we're okay." And she walked away. And as a joke, I turned to my friend and I was like, "Would you?" And he goes, "No, she smoked."
Joke doesn't make sense.
Jeez, I didn't notice the nasty habit over the whoring.
Jeez, that's a little,
That's not even allowed anymore.
slut shaving. Whoring.
I know you don't like girls who smoke, man, but your turnoffs are a little askew. A little out of whack. You know, that's like saying, I would never fuck a kid. With braces.
Big laugh.
Big lean.
Crooked teeth on a kid, gross.
All right, what do we got here? One more bit?
That's not so bad. That's not so bad. Guys, I've been out trying to get a little healthier. Started drinking the old soy milk.
This was a big one for me because this got in Time Out New York Joke of the Week.
Oh, wow.
This joke.
They should put pictures of kids we found.
Bombs in the room. I was so proud of that. I'm like, I'll take a swig.
I mentioned I live in the East Village. There's a Chinese place. I love to go.
There's the repeat again. So I think I wrote one new bit in that month.
Yeah, it ends the same way. Yeah, same clothes.
Yeah. All right.
That's good.
Well,
Good stuff. Killing.
All right.
Okay.
Next clip is Joe List.
Thank God.
Now, I bet Joe has never seen this. This is 2010, July.
Never seen this.
It says Nick DiPaolo and Joe List found the world's tiniest green room. Do you remember this?
Oh, fun.
No.
This is good stuff. I like the.
Yeah, it's very short, but it's fun to find. You ready?
Yeah.
Folks, the green room. There's the TV. Come down here, and there's the toilet. That's right. It's a bathroom turned into a green room.
Yeah. Wow.
Look it. Dry cleaning is hanging here. Here's Joe List going through his set. Looking for a number. Somebody knows the recipe for Valtrex. Hello. Huh? Bill Hicks. Back to the movie.
What year?
That was 2010.
I love the.
Oh, I must have just gotten herpes. Or hadn't got it yet.
Oh, the Valtrex joke.
Wow.
Where is that?
Yeah, where? I've never
You don't know
seen
where
that.
it was?
No. Play it again. I don't need to hear it
Sam?
again.
Folks,
Never says that in the movie. I love the watching Disney Channel.
come down here, and there's the toilet. That's right. It's a bathroom turned into a green room. Look it.
Is that
Cleaning is
crackers?
hanging here. Here's Joe List going through his set. Looking for a number. Somebody knows the recipe for Valtrex. Hello. Huh?
Wait, that's the office of some club. I don't know.
No idea where that is.
Yeah, me either.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
I figured you wouldn't have any context for that at all.
Oh, I bet I know where that is.
What's that?
That might be Marco Island.
Oh, Florida.
July 2010 might have been around when we were there.
Interesting.
Is that what is that
That
guy's
might
name?
be Doctor or Captain Brian.
That's it.
Because there's a fish mirror too.
Yes,
I
a
bet
fish.
that's Captain Brian's.
Good fishing.
All right, we'll do one more clip from Joe.
All right.
And this is actually an advertisement for your first album so far.
Oh, I made these with Micah and Hershon also. 2010.
I'm skipping some Mark stuff that we will get to on the next
Okay,
episode.
great.
Just so that we can have it even.
Sure.
Nice. Let's do a nice quickie.
This is
This will be a minute
2011,
long.
October 12th. Here we go.
Oh, hi. My name is Joe List. I have a new CD available on iTunes called So Far No Good. But that's not all. That's a coffee maker. $9.99 on iTunes.
That's funny. I think we made funny stuff.
Wait a minute. I don't get it.
I think that's the point.
That's
is
the
that
bit.
it has
It's
nothing
funny.
to do with
It's
anything.
very silly.
Oh,
I mean, I
okay.
used to do a lot of really silly stuff like
Yeah.
that, and it was really fun.
The amount of free time we had.
Yeah.
You could really set up a camera and go, hey, get your buddies over and go, we should do this and plan it out, edit it.
So
I had
same
no
three
concept
guys.
of video stuff and
Because of the framing, you mean?
no, just like where to put it on YouTube. I didn't understand. To me, it was television. I'm so late. I'm still like this, like late on Insta story, Instagram.
Yeah.
Like Twitter was around then. I don't think I was on it. And then like YouTube. I didn't understand YouTube. It did not make sense to me. I was like, who would watch that?
Yeah.
I didn't try to get subscribers to YouTube. Like I should have 500,000 subscribers right now because I was making videos like this 14 years ago. But I was like, I don't know.
Well,
I gave it to Dan. I'm like, you do it. I thought we had to make DVDs. I was like, we should
Right.
make a DVD of everything.
well, I wanted to ask you about this. So same three guys.
Yeah.
And did you guys do a bunch of sketch stuff? Like, what's
Yeah,
the
we had
deal?
a thing called Funny Cakes.
So I've never even heard of Funny Cakes. Like,
We
I
made,
never heard you
No
talk
one
about
has.
We made a bunch of stuff. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit that we did.
it. Is it all out there? Can people like find it or what
Somewhere.
Do you
It's buried on YouTube.
think? Yeah, you think so? I'll have
It's
to look
got to
it
be. I
up.
mean, you found it, right?
Well, I found those two. How much more do you think there is?
There's a lot. There's one called Guy Who Kills Mosquitoes Too Hard, which is really funny.
That's a funny angle.
It's really funny. It's the same exact setup as that. See if you can find it. It's a good one. Oh, you probably can't get it onto the file, but
Let's see. I know. I mean, this is just you're just looking at my laptop screen. So
Oh,
I can pull
okay.
up anything on YouTube if you want. Let's see.
It's crazy about Micah Sherman. Just because, like, you guys were together so much.
yeah, he was always around.
Where is he?
He moved to Florida. I think now he's back in like L.A. or something.
Funny guy.
I don't know why it's so hard to find this video. Type in Joe List.
Want
or
me to do Funny Cakes? or-
Funny Cakes, Guy Who Kills Mosquitoes Too Hard.
Well, let's just do Funny Cakes Joe List first and see if that'll come up.
I mean, there'll be a bunch of shit.
So I don't know.
Well,
I don't
now
think
it's all
up.
algorithm, so it's like it gets buried because Joe List comes up. Hey, there's
Well,
us
but-
at the museum.
I could do quotes around Funny Cakes and it'll
Oh, really?
and then it'll keep that together.
Oh,
This one? Funny Cakes Comedy?
No, that's a different. Yeah, that's the account. Click on the account.
Okay, let's see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there it is.
This is it? Mosquitoes the Movie? Is that what it is?
That's it. We made it a different thing, yeah.
All right, Mosquitoes the Movie.
Oh, a minute long. Perfect.
The following preview has been created for Joe List CD release.
This is pretty
Hey,
funny.
that's well done.
It's a 1x2.
Oh, wow. You had the 1x2.
I mean, you don't have to win like a... You don't have to win... What the hell was that?
Mosquito.
If it's a time... game, you don't generally have to win.
Hey, well, what's on the griddle there, Dan? You got some burgers, you got some dogs, you guys...
Dan.
Mosquitoes are really biting.
There you go.
That's
There's a
fun.
film. There you go. That's a
What
good
did that
time.
take? 20 minutes?
Yeah.
That's a great time.
Yeah, that was fun. Well, you'd get together without an idea. You'd be like, all right, the three of us, let's just come up with some stuff. I remember coming up with that one and be like, that'll be funny.
There you go.
That's great, man. That was fun.
Hershon can edit.
Yeah.
Micah Sherman, I don't really know him, but my buddy Ray Harrington worked on a pilot with him, and I edited it.
Oh, wow.
Like 2 years ago.
Well, Mike is one of the funniest guys.
Yeah, he was super funny in it. Yeah, he was
Funny
great.
face, big eyes.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, he's awesome.
How's Hirsch doing? Is he?
Hirsch is good. He's edited. He's got a whole gig.
Oh, good.
We've done a couple things together.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
All right, folks. Yeah, give it a Goog. Thanks. I mean,
It's always jarring. It's like a trip down.
Yeah, it
fucking
hurts.
Horror lane.
It's like an intervention.
But we did it, and you're here, and we're queer, and onward. Now we're gonna look back on this someday. That's what's brutal. 15 years from now, we'll be like, oh my God, I'm wearing a Cal hoodie and saying jizz on my asshole.
I think about this stuff all the time. There's so much of something like Tuesdays with Stories that like you probably never will look back at it because it's like, what do you pick to look back at?
Yeah.
There's so much.
It's a weird thing. It is interesting. I was thinking about this in the shower. I think about it all the time. It's like we have such a cataloged account of so much of our lives.
Yes.
And to think about like the beginning of this podcast, because this podcast started like around not long after that video, like a year after that video. But you're like, it's crazy. I had never met Louie when we started this podcast.
No,
Yeah.
we never thought you would ever.
It's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I listen to the OG Tuesdays all the time to do the combing the slurs.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Combing the Slurs is a funny album.
That sounds like a fucking skateboarding movie.
But the stuff you guys say is so crazy. It's just like so interesting to see you as comedy fans and not comedians.
Yeah, well, it's like
you are comedians, but you just don't, you're like, I went to go see Louis, special, all that stuff. I saw him do a Q&A. He said this, and
Yes.
that kind of stuff. It's crazy.
It's like that Stavros email, like how much can change, where Stavros is like, you guys, I worship you guys, I love your pod, and now he's selling theaters.
I'm borrowing money from him.
Right.
Wild.
So,
All right.
yeah, cool. Good stuff. And thanks for taking the journey with us, folks. And, yeah, when we look back on this, you'll look back with us, hopefully, and we'll all kill ourselves. Thank you.
George is saying, got it.
Patreon.